fair to whoever made you.
What's up, guys? Happy Tuesday. I have my juicy jacket on. Such a vibe. Feeling super 90s. I feel like I have jet lag because I've been getting up at 5 a.m. every day. Clearly my body isn't used to that. I don't know what the extra 2 hours, like why 2 hours make that big of a difference. I really think it's how early I've been going to bed though that's really done it. Cause like I keep saying to myself like, oh no, I have to get up at 5. I guess I have to go to bed at 7, which really doesn't make sense. Wait, so when you go to bed at 7, I mean, when you normally get up at 1, you're going to bed, oh my gosh. See? I'm not okay. Am I oversleeping or undersleeping? Disclaimer, I think it's important that you know right now that I have 0 alcohol in my system. This is just me. This is just me. Yeah. I wish I could give you guys injections of me because it's fun and I feel like I'm drunk when I'm sober. So anyways, I don't know why. For some reason, my logic is when I wake up at 7, I can go to bed at 1, which makes 6 hours of sleep. But when I need to wake up at 5, I have to go to bed at 7, which makes 10 hours. So I think I'm going a little loopy. I think I've given myself jet lag. So I need to stop going to bed at 7, which is why I haven't been doing YouTube videos, because I've been going to bed. So the point of today's video in my 90s jacket, because I just spilled Starbucks all over my jean jacket, is the continuing of the trauma drama video, okay? So a couple days ago, something happened at the office. No big deal, but to me it felt like a big deal. Super glad that I talked about it, that I brought it up, because it was a super big growing moment for me. And also, whenever you talk things out and communicate, good things happen. And you can learn and grow, and communication leads to transparency and understanding. So I'm big on it. I'm big on communicating and not jumping the gun. So I realized that in this moment, I was probably having past trauma triggers, and I was able to see, okay, this is what it's like. This is something that triggers me. How do I deal with this? How do I separate? Is this an accurate fear? Or is this a fear from something that has happened to me in the past? And that was a huge learning moment for me. So it was really positive. I grew from it. I learned from it. People in my office learned a little bit more about me, and that's okay. You know, we're not going out there sharing our diaries with everyone we work with. That wouldn't be smart, you know, and given all the TMI of what's going on in our love lives and this and that and family drama, but it is important for people to know who you are and how you're affected by things, because it does, in some areas, whether you like it or not, carry into work. Now, some people are better at compartmentalizing. I used to be really bad. Like, no matter what was going on at home with me, I would carry it into work. I would carry it into my auditions. And sometimes that worked to my benefit, right? If something really dramatic just happened to me and I had a dramatic audition, like, boom, guess what? I just brought what you're looking for. But it depends on the situation, right? There are times when you got to leave that stuff at home. And I feel like guys by default are better at this than women, because we multitask. So we're always multitasking. But something to think about for sure. It's only Tuesday. It feels like a Saturday. I'm not gonna lie to you, as the camera's bobbling around, I almost feel like continuing to get up at 5. Like, I kind of like it, even though I feel like I'm jet lagged and not okay. But I kind of like it. Not the feeling. Just getting up at 5. I don't know. 5 a.m. club. What are your thoughts on that? Sometimes I'm like, you know what? I have stuff I have to do at night. Like, I haven't been doing YouTube videos because I've been like, gotta go to bed. So, where's the line? Maybe I give myself a little more time at night. Maybe I'm like, okay, we're going to go to bed at like 9. Maybe not 7, you know, and get more stuff done. But I personally need time to decompress. Like, sometimes before I go to bed, I shut off my phone and I just sit there in silence. It's glorious. Oh, it's so nice. We're figuring that all out. Living a totally different life right now without Royce. It's a completely different life. It's very lonely and sad. I literally hung out with no one and did nothing this weekend. I tried to hang out with one person and they said they were busy. And everyone else that wanted to hang out, I was like, I'm busy because I had to work. And I just miss my son. So, not having a dog is not a realistic life for me. But, anyways, I'm figuring this all out. This was my very long rant. You're welcome. This is what happens when Chelsea doesn't sleep. You know what it is that I'm really doing? Is that I'm procrastinating talking about the next years of my life and my story. I'm gonna go dive into what led up to my first toxic, abusive relationship. Okay? I'm gonna be real blunt about it. Okay. So I was post MTV relationship, post first music video, hanging out with YouTubers, just wilding out a little bit. And I was getting some crushes on some F-boys. Some time wasters, you know what I mean? Chasing them around because I love a good chase, you know? Nothing good comes for free. There was this one guy, right? Go on blaming it on the boys, though. Let me quickly say, I was not without fault, okay? I pulled my weight in F-boyery, okay? Karma will come for you. And she's relentless. I probably, you know, asked for it in a lot of ways. Not the abuse. Never think I'm talking about that. But you play, you get played. That's what happens. For example, my friend and I were hanging out with this boy band. Talked to this really sweet guy. Oh my gosh, he was so sweet. And then I just like got a crush on his friend. Like, you can't tell what you like, right? But like, don't. The eye wandering, my eyes were like, where do they want to go? I ain't married. And that bit me in the butt real quick. Okay, so I lost both of them. And that was like a common occurrence for me. I was very fickle, couldn't figure out what I wanted, and I'd be talking to one person, and then I don't know, and like this and that, and if you like me too much, and like, you know. So I had it coming when it came to the F-boys that would F-boy me, you know, and I'm like, oh, why are they being fickle with me? Well, Charles, why are you being fickle with other people? Like, but we're young, we're trying to figure it out, and so all is fair in love and war. But I was in Bakersfield, and I met this guy, and I was like, he's so attractive. His eyes are like life or water, and then he was so nice, and I was like, he's from Bakersfield. He cannot possibly be an F-boy. I don't know what LA logic that was, but it was my logic at the time, okay? So I find this guy, super cute, hang out with him, super natural, super organic, which I have a hard time feeling really natural with people. Like, I get scared off really quickly. I do. I know what I like, I know what I want. And I will definitely have high hopes and then very quickly be like, no, don't feel it. Like, my gut is either in or out real quick. So I was feeling it with this guy. And then hung out with him a couple times, different occasions, was really like, okay, I am comfortable with this human being. Very rare for me, but I'm feeling it. And I just remember one night I had seen him the night before, and I drove out to Santa Barbara to see him again. And I remember sitting in a parking lot in Santa Barbara, and I was like, he's not gonna answer, is he? I'm getting F-boyed. I'm getting stood up. Whatever you want to call it. For those who aren't familiar with California, where I'm from, Malibu, is not close to Santa Barbara, okay? It's not a hop and a skip down the road. You can just hop on home, okay? Like, it's a drive. It's a mission. And for whatever reason that I cannot remember for the life of me, I had driven home and then driven back to see him the next day, and he didn't respond. And I just remember being like, I cannot anymore with these F-boys, okay? And there was this other guy in his 40s who had been pursuing me, and I remember he pulled up one time while I was at a grocery store in a parking lot, and I was dealing with another weird situation, just sitting there in my car, and he pulls up behind me in his black Ducati all blacked out and was just like really like on me. And I was like, nah, I want this BAKO guy. And he's like on me. And when that happened that night, I was in a moment of weakness. I was like, okay. Because he's like calling me, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, I guess I'm doing nothing. So that is the story. The beginning of the next 4 years of my life that were very aggressive. You're going to learn all the details. But the point again, and I'm going to keep reiterating it as I'm doing these videos, of this channel is not about the guys, and it is not about me. It is about the experiences and looking back and recognizing what it was that got me into the cycle of abuse and what got me out, so that you can recognize it and hopefully avoid it. You are not getting what you want. That does not mean to open the door to something that is knocking when that is not right and your gut doesn't tell you it's right. Don't choose it just because you can't have what you really want. Wait, be patient. And in those moments when we're feeling as women rejected, broken, not good enough, that's when we settle. That's when we settle. That's when we're vulnerable. And that's when these guys get in. As they find you, they see that you're vulnerable, they know, right? These men know. Manipulative, abusive men, they know what they're doing. They do. And usually, you will find that they actually try to not do it. But if you keep allowing them in because you're not getting what you want, because you're available, because you're hurting, because you want attention, they eventually will probably end up giving in and preying on you. So in times that you are vulnerable or feeling like rejected, sad, lonely, whatever, go to your girls, go to God, or come watch my videos. Subscribe and like below. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything, please put it in the comments, or feel free to privately message me, especially if you are female, mostly if you are female. Male comments I will be forwarding on to a male who can probably better encourage you and understand your situation, because I am not a man. But thank you guys for watching. I welcome all questions, and I will give you any advice that I can. Thanks for watching. Ciao.